The Hollow Tree. Chapter 1. The Prodigal Son Returns. The Greyhound bus dropped Daniel Whitlock at a gas station that hadn't changed since his childhood. Same cracked pavement, same smell of diesel and wet pine. His father's funeral notice had arrived 3 days prior. A single line in Courier New: "Come settle his affairs." No signature. The town of Black Hollow clung to the mountainside like lichen to a corpse. Boarded up storefronts, a rusted sign reading Population 387 with the 7 hanging upside down, and at the edge of the coal-black woods, the hollow tree. It was wrong. The massive sycamore had been dead for decades, its trunk split open like a wound. Local kids dared each other to touch it, whispering that something lived inside. Daniel's father had forbidden him from going near it. Some debts, he'd say, get passed down with the blood. Now, as rain began to fall, Daniel noticed fresh scratches around the hollow, deep, parallel grooves, as if something had tried to claw its way out. Chapter 2. The First Offering. The will was a single page. The house, the land, everything went to Daniel on one condition: tend to the tree. First day of each month. You'll know how. That night, Daniel dreamed of roots. They slithered under his skin, burrowing toward his ribs. He woke choking, his mouth full of the taste of wet earth. On his nightstand, a single blackened coin, stamped with a symbol he didn't recognize. At dawn, a knock. Sheriff Holloway, a man who'd arrested Daniel for underage drinking 15 years ago, stood on the porch. "Your daddy left something for you." He handed over a rusted lockbox. Inside, a ledger dating back to 1903, filled with names and dates. The last entry was his father's handwriting: "Daniel, the 1st of October. Don't be late." The sheriff wouldn't meet his eyes. We all got our arrangements with the tree. Chapter 3. The Hunger Beneath. The 1st of October, midnight. Daniel stood before the hollow tree, lockbox at his feet. The wind carried a sound like teeth grinding against bark. He opened the box. The ledger's instructions were clear: place the offering in the hollow. Do not look inside. The black coin burned his palm as he reached forward. Something grabbed his wrist. Bone-thin fingers, gray as old newspaper, curled around his arm. A voice like splitting wood hissed, "Late." The coin vanished into the darkness. The tree shuddered, sap oozing thick as blood. Then silence. Back in town, the diner's neon sign flickered out. Every clock stopped at 12:07. Chapter 4. What the Tree Remembers. The ledger's brittle pages revealed the truth. In 1903, Black Hollow's miners struck something far below the coal. A vein of metal so pure it sang when struck. They smelted it into coins, grew rich. Then the disappearances began. Men vanished near the tree. Their bodies returned days later, changed. Eyes blackened, mouths sewn shut with root fibers. The town made a bargain: monthly offerings, silence. But the tree never forgets a debt. Back in town, the diner's neon sign flickered out. Every clock stopped at 12:07. Chapter 5. The Last Whitlock. The 1st of November. Daniel is ready. He brings the ledger, a gasoline can, and his father's old hunting rifle. The tree's hollow drips with something that isn't sap. The sheriff and 6 others stand behind him, their coins in hand. "It's the way," Holloway says. Daniel lights the match. The fire catches fast, too fast. The tree screams. The men scream louder as roots erupt from the ground, dragging them down. By dawn, the tree is ash. The town is empty. And in Daniel's pocket, a single, newly minted black coin. And so, the story falls silent, but only for now. Because beyond this screen, another mystery is already unfolding. Another whisper is rising in the darkness. When it calls your name, will you dare to listen? Don't miss the next chilling tale. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The shadows are waiting, and they always come back for those who wander alone,